At 6, will some of your student loan debt be forgiven? We are about an hour away from finding out.
People say there's a homeless crisis in San Diego. I'd say that there's a drug and lawlessness crisis.
Why some residents and businesses may sue the city.
We have to have a big second half. We have to have a really big last 81 games.
Oh boy, many fans are mad at the Padres, where they land among the most hated MLB teams.
Temperatures are continuing to climb across San Diego County. We are going to peak in the 90s across our eastern valleys and our mountains, and we keep warming up as the holiday weekend continues. A full look at your 8-day forecast. It is Friday, June 30th, and you're up with CBS 8.
This morning, all eyes are on the Supreme Court as we wait for a ruling on the student loan debt forgiveness plan. It could happen in about an hour from right now. It is 6 a.m. on this Friday. I'm Heather Myers in for Eric Connor.
And I'm Carrie Lane in for Netta Ranpur. Today's decision will affect about 40 million Americans. A lot of people watching this very closely, as is our CBS 8's Chris Groh. He's live in studio with us, and I know the decision expected maybe in the next hour or so, Chris?
At 7 a.m. Yeah, that's the earliest that we could be getting a decision. So we're essentially on Supreme Court watch. And look, if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance that this upcoming decision is going to impact you, a family member, someone you know, someone at work, because so many people dealing with student loan debt. Now, the forgiveness plan was legally challenged by Republican-backed states and conservative groups. So the court is looking at two cases for its one decision. Both claim the president overreached his authority, but justices first have to decide if the challengers even have legal standing. If they don't, then the challenge goes away. But if they say they do, they will then decide if Biden overreached or not. The plan would forgive up to $20,000 for roughly 37 million borrowers. Now, as we do wait to hear what the Supreme Court will do, you can prepare if you haven't already. Here are some things you can do according to experts that spoke with CBS News. Start by logging into the federal student aid website, see which servicer has your loan at the moment, because that could have changed within really the recent months or even the past couple of years. From there, you may also have to set up automatic debit again to pay your monthly bill. That's even if it was authorized before the payment pause that came in during the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, check your balance and consider changing your repayment plan. And finally, experts say prepare yourself to repay your entire loan balance if the forgiveness plan is struck down. And if it's upheld, well, millions of people who have not applied for forgiveness should be prepared to do so. And of course, any decision from the Supreme Court, again, could be released as early as 7 a.m. So we're already less than an hour away. Continue to watch with us and also at CBS 8 for the very latest. Heather and Carrie.
All right, Chris Groh, thank you for staying on top of that. We'll check in with you throughout the hour. Also this morning, we are hearing mixed reaction to the Supreme Court's ruling against affirmative action.
From today, all children will be judged by the content of their character and also by their merit, not by color of their skin.
Taking that away definitely creates a gap in the educational system for a lot of people.
The court says race-conscious admissions programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina violate the 14th Amendment. Chief Justice John Roberts says universities can still consider, quote, an applicant's discussion of how race affected his or her life, be it through discrimination, inspiration, or otherwise. In her dissent, though, Justice Sonia Sotomayor says the decision, quote, rolls back decades of precedent and monumentous progress, unquote. In California, this decision mostly applies to private schools because voters banned using race at admissions for public universities years ago.
This morning, we can expect to learn more about the two people arrested in connection with the shooting deaths of two teens in National City. Yesterday, police announced they arrested two suspects accused of killing 18-year-old Edwin Barrera and 16-year-old Gillian Aguilera. This was after attending a Halloween party last year. It actually happened on October 28th on East 17th Street. Officials say the two suspects were arrested on Tuesday. Police will share more information during a press conference that is expected to happen today. Meantime, this morning, San Diego's encampment ban is now law. Mayor Todd Gloria just signed the unsafe camping ordinance. It will take effect July 29th and bans encampments in all public spaces throughout the city if shelter beds are available. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe shows us a new site offering help in Golden Hill.
We're very very grateful.
Jason and Regina Henning were among the first San Diegans to step inside the city's newly opened safe sleeping site.
It's clean, it's a family atmosphere, and until they really do care, you know, they're offering hope and they're offering us a bridge to get out of our situation.
The couple started living on the street of downtown just 2 months ago after Jason was let go from his job.
There's so many people that are paycheck to paycheck, and it's real, and it doesn't seem real until it happens to you.
They say the temporary shelter offers them and others in similar situations a chance to move forward.
We're going to have the best night's sleep in 2 months.
I spoke with homeless advocate Mandy Leon, who's on board with the program.
I think safe sleeping sites are fantastic. I think giving people as many options as we can to feel safe and get back up on their feet if they're able, and if they're not, then get them the resources they need to get stability. That is extremely important.
But she says she's disappointed in the city's rollout of the campsite.
They have done a few intakes to say that it's open, but they won't be able to do any more intakes until July 10th.
She and other advocates believe the city opened the site prematurely to begin enforcing the recently passed encampment ban ordinance.
I think that the idea of safe campsites is great. I think that the implementation of our city's safe campsite is poor.
The city plans to have space for 136 tents at this location, each able to accommodate 2 people and their pets. The site will include 24-hour security. The city plans to open up a second location with space to hold 400 tents later this year.
Rocio de la Fe, CBS 8.
And this morning, a group of businesses and homeowners association are going after the city of San Diego for the conditions they blame on this homeless crisis. They served the city of San Diego with a legal claim this week. They want the city to clean up downtown sidewalks and streets or pay more than $2.5 million in lost revenue and diminished property values, as well as rental income.
There's been a lot of talk about this new ordinance about no camping on the street. It's already illegal to do all this stuff. It's illegal to defecate in my driveway every day. It's illegal to urinate in my driveway and my doorway. It's illegal to shoot up drugs in the street. To say you're America's finest city, but people are defecating in the street. There's an open air drug market. There's a dead body this week, dead body, 10th Avenue. And it's just pretty regular.
Yikes. This claim is not a lawsuit, but does serve as a warning that they could sue if nothing is done.
Today will be the busiest day out on the roads ahead of the 4th of July holiday. AAA says the worst times to drive are between 10 o'clock this morning and 5 o'clock tonight. So keep that in mind in case you're heading out the door here soon. This morning, San Diego's average gas price is $4.87 for a gallon of regular. That sounds like a lot, but keep in mind, this time last year we were paying $6.25 for a gallon. And a reminder, California's gas tax will go up another 3 cents tomorrow, July 1st. So if you have to fill up, go ahead and get that done today. AAA predicts more than 4 million people will fly this long holiday weekend. There are over 700 delays and 200 cancellations in the U.S. There are just a handful of them right here in San Diego. If you are impacted, you can go to flightrights.gov to compare what airlines are offering, from things like hotel accommodations to meal vouchers. Heads up if you're heading to the beach this long holiday weekend. Authorities are reminding you of a few rules this morning. They include no fireworks, no alcohol on any of the beaches, and no fires outside of city-designated fire rings. Also, make sure you have your boater's card and enough life jackets for every person on board. And we've been talking about this all morning long and gearing up for this, but it's also going to be a very hot holiday weekend.
Yes, we are working for you to keep you safe, and Evan Narani is standing by with some wonderful tips. And I think, even though you've been saying it's going to be hot, if you go to the beach, really the forecast of the beach is like mid-70s.
Yeah, it is average, and in some cases cooler than average.
Yeah, so go hang
the
there.
coast is the place to be versus truly the minute you head a mile inland, we start to climb toward the 80s, then well into the 80s, 90s, triple digits as you get all the way to Borrego Springs, for example. So it is going to be a hot weekend, and it is the first heat wave that we have on hand of the summer season. Inland areas will see some of the hottest temperatures so far this year. San Diego's National Weather Service sharing some important reminders. So take a look here. Never leave kids or pets unattended in cars, right? They say look before you lock. Also, avoid strenuous activity during the hottest part of the day. Avoid consumption of alcohol. That's going to be a tough one for many. But avoid drinking alcohol or caffeine, and drink extra water. Keep pets indoors or provide plenty of shade and water for them as well. Finally, wear lightweight, light-colored, and loose clothing Tomorrow, an excessive heat warning will also take effect in the desert, so be careful if you're going out hiking there. There's also going to be a heat advisory over the mountains, including Julian, very popular hiking area. And remember, the county has several cool zones with free AC. We have a list of those locations at CBS8.com. Just click on the help button. Now, let's take a closer look at that forecast, see what you can expect as we head into this upcoming weekend. So today's forecast is pretty mild overall. We've got a lot of 70s, and then you start to make your way into the 80s, 90s, and then triple digits for the deserts. But today is not where we reach our peak. Today is actually just kind of the start of that warm-up process. Today could be one of the first days where many of your inland valleys are going to reach into average and toward the above average range. But it's not really until Sunday in particular that we will likely reach our max as far as our peak heat goes. Satellite radar indicating cloud cover extending from your coast all the way toward your inland valleys. We're going to start to see those clouds scatter, and then we'll be seeing plenty of sunshine by about the mid-morning. It has typically been, with this ridge of high pressure overhead, closer to about the 7, 8 a.m. time frame that we start to see those clouds scatter, meaning a little bit of blue peeks through, and then 9, 10 a.m. that we see almost complete sunshine across the county. Again, as you heard Carrie mention, the weekend forecast for the coast is gorgeous. 73 for Saturday, 74 for Sunday, and then you start to make your way inland and you notice this change. 86 for your inland valleys today, climbing to 88 by Saturday, low 90s by Sunday. You get the idea of why we're going to be seeing those heat-related alerts across our mountains and deserts. Santee and El Cajon this afternoon, 86, 81 for La Mesa, 73 in San Diego, 69 in La Jolla, 68 in Pacific Beach. We'll take you up to North County, 73 for Carlsbad, 75 for Oceanside, 85 for Escondido, and 92 this afternoon in Ramona. Surf forecast. It's comfortable, 1 to 3 foot waves. Still hasn't changed all that much, and we do see a change going into the beginning of next week. But for now, that risk of rip currents is low. Still a good idea, as always, to check in with a lifeguard ahead of time. Time now is 6:11. Let's take a look at your border wait time. So right now, your border wait times across the Sandy Siege Port of Entry, it's a 70-minute wait in total, just over an hour and 10 minutes. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to take you about 40 minutes in total to get through. Once you get onto our highways here in San Diego County, you can head to cbs8.com/traffic. It's got the latest on any congestion in the area. Back to you.
Thank you, Evan. Still ahead, could an ingredient in many sodas and even gum be causing cancer?
Also, a local mom rushing to get to Spain where her daughter is sick with a mysterious infection. And actors could be going on strike as their contract expires today. Will Comic-Con still be worth it without the celebrities? We share what you think.